Cleaning a fish tank may sound like a messy but necessary chore to some, but for volunteers at Milwaukee's Discovery World, it's a welcoming opportunity to experience close encounters of the aquatic kind. Stephanie Rodriguez shares their immersive experience inside this area's largest aquarium.
Every day, the curiosity of hundreds of children comes alive at Milwaukee's Discovery World. Inside this museum of science and technology, the Raymond Aquarium is a place they can see the fish that swim right in their backyard.
The really cool part is then they get to walk down a little bit further and then see live animals here.
While petting sturgeon in touch tanks, they learn about their fishy neighbors from experts like aquarium curator Brittany DeLoret.
So we have our large Lake Michigan exhibit behind me here, which is our largest one. Largest tank, it's about 85,000 gallons, and that one has, all the normal fish you'd find in the lake, sturgeon, bass, catfish, all that good stuff. But that one is pretty cool just because, it really showcases like Wisconsin, like what Wisconsin has to offer as far as fish.
In this enormous tank, they encounter the aquatic Lake Michigan crew and a few people, too.
So this is Lucy. She was one of our former interns, actually. She had so much fun with us. She came back, and she now dives for us and volunteers as well.
Spending hours with these water puppies is just another day at the office for these divers.
They have little feelers to feel where they're going, but sometimes they'll just hit you. They think my feet are shrimp a lot, and they'll bite on my feet a lot.
Every Wednesday, volunteers like Lucy Daniels and Alyssa Jacobson descend into the Lake Michigan exhibit.
The acrylic gets dirty, algae grows, the rocks, things like that, so they get into clean, but it's also a form of enrichment for our fish. So our fish, of course, they're in their exhibit all day. They kind of see the same things all the time. So divers getting in the water kind of just changes up their environment, changes up their day.
The two interact with the critters.
I don't think people realize how clearly I can see out.
And the human spectators.
I think it's hilarious. You can just see how much joy it brings, like the kids and parents are like, this is hilarious. Like, it's super fun. I love it a lot.
They also hand feed the fish that they create special bonds with.
There's one big one that I named Crackers. He always just swims up to me and just stops waiting to get pet.
They just like swarm you like crazy puppies, and they bump into you and they're trying to get in and tangle your line. And you also are like trying to stay on the bottom and not bounce around. But it's super fun. You kind of just put it out and they suck it right out of your hand.
It's a symbiotic relationship. Volunteer divers clean the tank and hang out with its inhabitants while enjoying their hobby year-round.
Unless you travel or dive in the real Lake Michigan, there's not a lot of diving nearby, so that kind of keeps you up to date on your diving protocol.
When visiting the aquarium, the next generation of animal lovers is exposed to new creatures and ideas while seeing that one day they could dive into something new.
When I was a kid, I saw my first scuba diver here, and I think that really inspired me, so it's very humbling to be able to do that to the next generation.